Pacific Rim is in the Monsterverse. Today's video we got a Pacific Rim Kaiju Jaeger kind of thing fighting Godzilla, Kong, and a bunch of other monsters that you guys have to watch. And let's go.
What you're looking at right now
What are we looking at?
Something out of Pacific Rim.
Bro, that looks like a garbage
right here
monster or something.
The Monsterverse.
Monsterverse? What? Since when is the Monsterverse making this thing?
Killing Titans.
Okay.
That's right. Today
Yeah, he's not gonna
Goji
do it.
Center, we're going to give a full breakdown on this monster-killing machine, its backstory, and determine whether or not this thing could stand up against Godzilla.
But that guy's huge. Oh my. Is this like Mecha Kong?
This titanic mech was featured in the most recent Monsterverse graphic novel, Godzilla Kong the Hunted. Built by a construction company, RM Construction, whose CEO Raymond Martin had an obsession over hunting big game. More specifically, megafauna. And
Megafauna? What's megafauna?
To be fair, it was the female Muto who was mistakenly portrayed as the Queen Muto who killed his family during G-Day back in 2014.
No, I kind of feel bad for him.
Revenge and hatred towards the Titans led him to become the sadistic, cold-blooded Titan hunter he turned into 10 years later. We'll get to the giant robot soon. In the book, we are introduced to a private island housing a building that acts as a sort of trophy room where he keeps preserved corpses of megafauna.
Oh, okay, nah, this guy. Yo,
Island.
what's wrong with
We'd
him?
like to think this man had agreements with top Monarch personnel that gave him under-the-table access to these locations that were off-limits to the public. This way, this guy was able to hunt down and kill creatures like magma turtles, death jackals, mother longlegs, skir buffaloes, etc. But now, as humanity started to find ways to safely travel down into the Hollow Earth, this guy and his company also kept up.
Nah, come on, man. Everyone's going down to the Hollow Earth like it's on park.
In the Hollow Earth, and almost negotiating himself away into having his own personal, undisclosed Hollow Earth entry point. And down here, setting up traps to hunt down and capture big game. As seen here, this new creature we are introduced to is
that kind of looks like a jaguar. Spine prowler.
Like creature that is
that guy is huge. Oh my.
Up to the
All like human is.
The bigger ones like Godzilla and Rodan. These spine prowlers are probably at the level of the murderfish and the frostbark from Monarch Legacy of Monsters. They're big, but not full-on Titan-sized. This spine prowler in particular was caught by stepping in a barrage of shock harpoons, putting this Titan in a coma, knocked out long enough to be transported to the surface to serve a very dark purpose.
Oh my god, don't tell me he's going to like
the poor skull crawler from Godzilla vs. Kong known as Number 10, this spine prowler was supposed to act as an opponent for this mech in its first maiden test. That's right, apart from coming up with ingenious ways of hunting down kaiju in Skull Island and Hollow Earth, Raymond Martin spent $500 million developing what he called the Titan Hunter.
Now that Titan Hunter is trash, man. He's getting destroyed. He kind of looks
suit, housing Raymond himself inside a chamber where his limbs would
This is literally Pacific Rim. Oh my god, imagine Godzilla and Pacific Rim collab, man. No.
This is as close as the Monsterverse has gotten to Pacific Rim. Unlike the Jaegers, however, the Titan Hunter only has to be operated by one pilot. Here on our analysis platform, we have the opportunity to reconstruct this mech for your viewing. Size-wise, this mech is built like a Titan. Thousands of tons of metal went into building this mech, reaching sizes that surpassed the height of many Titans, Mutos, and yes, even Kong himself. We'll see.
No. Okay, he might be taller, but he's definitely not stronger, because it can be, right?
This mech would prove to be a formidable opponent even for many types of Titans, as we are about to see. This mech's arms are long enough to supply it with enough reach to capture incoming Titans at range, and long legs to supply a good range for kicks as well. This thing pretty much resembles what a human would look like fighting a kaiju at similar size. How does this hunter perform against kaijus? Let's find out. The graphic novel also introduces us to a section of this private island that is walled, serving as a sort of arena where kaijus would be placed into to test out the viability of combat of the Titan Hunter. In this sequence, we find that the Titan Hunter severely outclassed
the spine crawler, whatever, spine crawler or prowler got destroyed, man. Look at him.
This prowler succumbed to really heavy injuries, killing it in a few moments. This Titan Hunter was combat ready, and now Raymond was confident to bring the Titan Hunter down to face a real test. But there's something really important to note here that we purposely left out until now. After the Titan Hunter dispatched the Spine Prowler, Raymond made mention of this mech's energy outputs. A small dip in energy output was detected upon hitting the Prowler for the first time. This was an issue because since the end game was to kill a big Titan, energy shutdowns would spell doom for this mech and the pilot.
Can't you get energy from the hollow earth?
To keep this mech functional was an outstanding amount. So much, in fact, that the energy core of this mech was powerful enough to attract other Titans, and more specifically, someone like Godzilla.
What?
That's right.
So this guy is practically like an alpha Titan. What?
And that is why they would activate decoy energy reactors around the planet, so while they tested this mech, Godzilla would be distracted by another energy output somewhere else, preventing Godzilla from crashing into this secret facility. This would later prove to send both Godzilla and another powerful Titan known as Scylla.
Is that why Skyla and Godzilla fight? No way, that's the reason. What?
For our episode discussing this rivalry because it gets better. Back to the Titan Hunter. After a successful test, the Titan Hunter was lowered down to the Hollow Earth, where it would experience its first hunting expedition. Monarch already had bases down here, and this place was already under surveillance. However, RM Construction had already spread enough money around to prevent Monarch from meddling with Raymond's hunting expedition. To illustrate just how powerful this mech was, let's talk about how it was able to dispatch a warbat with a chokehold to the throat in just a few seconds.
Okay, so if it can beat a warbat, that means it's probably strong enough to beat Kong, which isn't looking good for Kong. No, is Kong going to die to some random trash robot?
Grip. Powered by hydraulic mechanics, this hand grip is strong enough to grab Titans, and a thinner Titan like a warbat would easily get its neck snapped. This mech continued walking around killing other sorts of megafauna, such as this seemingly oversized Skar buffalo, or we may just be seeing the worst scaled image in this entire franchise. It was evident that Raymond
Hold on, why is that buffalo so big? Because if this guy is the size of Kong, that buffalo is the size of Godzilla Earth.
Well-paid personnel transport the kills to the surface for his trophy room. Things got interesting when he ran into the cubs of a Spine Prowler, as the Titan Hunter leaped in front of the cubs.
Come on, man. The kids, man.
Adult female Spine Prowler came to the rescue. Here is where we get introduced to another melee weapon that this mech had. But meanwhile, all the commotion was attracting the attention of Kong. And as these guys were bagging up all the corpses, Kong quickly gets a good sense of what these guys are up to, and quickly deals with them. Meanwhile, the mother Spine
There we go, Kong. I want Kong to beat
Crossbreed,
this specific Green Titan. Now, what is this guy?
Horns of this Titan Hunter. Interestingly, these aren't really made of metal. These probably belong to a really large crustacean-like kaiju killed by Raymond and Co. Mounting these sharp pincers on the head of this mech for this precise reason. Finally, Kong appears in front of the Titan mech. It was for this exact moment that this mech was created, to stand up against
Kong is destroying him in 10 seconds, literally.
But could this mech actually stand up?
No. If it does, I'm going to delete this channel.
Actually, it did for a while.
What?
Immediately after Kong's initial charge, this mech hunter's greater reach allowed it to chokehold Kong, keeping him at bay. At this point, Kong was trapped by this mech's superior hydraulic grip strength, getting thrown very far away. But Kong wasn't beat yet. Kong gets up and kicks down the mech on the floor, and with both fists smashes down on the chest of this mech.
There we go, Kong.
Surprisingly, this mech was still operational after such an impact, and functional enough to punch Kong in the face once again. But it takes more than a punch to bring down the King of Hollow Earth, who in return
King of Hollow Earth, calm down.
close to a nearby precipice. Defeated and at the mercy of Kong's hold, Raymond still found some time to trash talk before Kong released the hold, making him and the Titan Hunter fall and be destroyed.
Yeah, this guy really thought he could take down Kong.
Mech, Raymond fell prey to the small cubs he intended to kill earlier. So the real question, was this Titan Hunter enough to square up against
no way. One atomic beam and he'd explode.
The simple answer, Absolutely not. Apart from not having sufficient firepower and enough weight to withstand a head-on charge from an angry lizard, the creators of this mech and Raymond himself knew that they weren't ready for that kind of fight, which is why they consistently set off energy beacons around the world to distract Godzilla in the first place. The Titan Hunter certainly did some damage to the Hollow Earth Titan population, and have we seen the end of humanity's attempt of regaining
No, I think
the
they're
top
gonna do
rank
more.
of
I
the
think this is
planet's
just
food
like a
chain?
teaser.
Probably
So
not.
probably they're gonna do more, which is gonna be cool. I mean, we already got Mecha Godzilla. Imagine we get others, you know what I mean? But anyways, that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys like it. If you did, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what video I should react next, guys. Peace.